Transit isn't just about getting from point A to B. It's about shaping the identity of a city. And in Allentown, inspired by Williamsburg, that means elevated trains slicing through the skyline. Today, we're treating subways like an art form, blending infrastructure, history, and creativity to make a transit system that doesn't just serve a city, it defines it. So let's get started. So here's the plans for today. The J, M, and Z trains run on an elevated structure cutting straight through Allentown. That's going to be a challenge to integrate with the streetscape while keeping it visually and functionally realistic. The L train, which is always stopped just short of the East River, finally gets its long awaited extension into Brookdale. And the G line, we're bringing it to its full extension so it can end in Victoria. These changes will completely transform how people move through the city. And I want to make sure that transit truly reflects the character of the neighborhood. So let's get started with the first segment, Williamsburg transit history. Before we start building, let's take a quick look at how transit shaped Williamsburg in real life. Back in the late 19th and earliest 20th century, Williamsburg was an industrial powerhouse. Factories, warehouses, and working class housing dominated the waterfront. But what really changed the game? The Williamsburg Bridge, which opened in 1903. This bridge isn't just about connecting Brooklyn to Manhattan. It changed the entire demographic of Williamsburg. Suddenly, thousands of people who lived in the Lower East Side tenements moved across the river to keep a house. And with that boom came the need for better transit. The elevated J, M, and Z lines, which originally were part of a different train companies, became the backbone of this urban hub. Fast forward to today, Williamsburg has become one of the most sought after neighborhoods in Brooklyn. But that wouldn't have happened without transit. That's what today's build isn't just about laying down tracks, it's about understanding how transit creates neighborhoods. Alright, first up, the J, M, and Z train. Two-way subways are tricky in city building because they take up a lot of visual space. If we do this right, it can add so much character to the neighborhood. One of the things I'm focusing on here mostly is the station placement. In real life, Williamsburg elevated stations like Marcy Avenue and Flushing Avenue don't just sit on a blank street. They're surrounded by businesses, pedestrian corridors, and bike lanes. I want to replicate that energy here, so I'm placing these stations near commercial hubs while making sure they don't block important intersections. This is a common issue with elevated rail. You don't want it to feel like a dark, forgotten space. In New York City, they activated some of these areas with small businesses, plazas, and even outdoor seating. So I'm adding some mixed use under the tracks to keep the road layout flexible. Alright, I'm starting on the first subway station. And it's going to be a side platform with 3 tracks. Just how the J and the Z are. From this station on, it should be all side platform stations up until we get to Broadway Junction. Actually, I'm lying. Until we get to Myrtle Avenue. I don't know the name of it, the avenue in my city, but the name of this one should be Myrtle Avenue for now. And that's where the M splits off from the J and the Z. So this will be very, very easy to do, I think. I hope so. I don't know. This should be very complicated. I don't know. I have to put a yard over here too. So there's a whole lot of things that we have to do in this episode to get this all started with this neighborhood and making it feel like home. So I'm gonna put this station down, these stations down, get the trunk line down, and we'll see you back at the end of this time lapse. All right, I'm going to start connecting the J line because I did Broadway Junction, and Broadway Junction looks absolutely insane with all of these connections going on and all that jazz. But it looks really cool, so I want to keep doing this theme of having trains coming in and out. So I'm going to do the J line real quick because I want to see what it looks like with all the trains going by and if these platforms are the right length. So I'm gonna see that real quick and I'm gonna be right back and show you guys in action. Then I'm gonna do the L. All right, so I got the J line in and I extended the M train. So the M train ends here for now. And then we're gonna work on this neighborhood and all that stuff over here. So we can get the M train going to its full route so it can end it somewhere around here, I think it's gonna end somewhere around here. We'll see where it ends. I don't know exactly where it's gonna end at, but it's gonna end somewhere around here. And we still gotta do the L train. So the L train, I think I can do a little bit of the L train before I can get over here, because over here it gets complicated. I gotta finish the grid from over here. But we're making a lot of progress on that, and I think we can get a little bit further in this next segment for the L train and the M train. So that should be pretty easy. And we're gonna enjoy this another time lapse. So let's get back to it. I'm gonna talk about the L train. Right now, it stops just short of the East River, which is super limiting to people who trying to get across. But in real life, this line actually connects deeper into Brooklyn and ends in Manhattan. So today, I'm giving the expansion it deserves, taking it right under the East River and into Brookdale. Underwater tunnels and city skylines too is always a challenge, but I want this to feel like a seamless connection, not just a last minute addition. I'm placing stops right on the other side of the river to make sure commuters have an easier transfer point. In real life, the L train has a history of struggle. Most recently, the Canarsie Tunnel rehab, which had everyone thinking service to be shut down for months. That's a reminder that transit infrastructure is never just done. It needs constant maintenance and upgrades. But here in New Borough, this extension will make sure that L can finally do what it's meant to do: connect neighborhoods efficiently. All right, so now I just finished the L line, and how it came out is pretty nice. I like the routing of it. I like the routing. It looks like kind of like how it is in real life. And we ended up doing Broadway Junction to get in the top level for it and connecting it up. And it should start working about now. See these trains coming out of here? If the trains are coming out of here, I'll show you guys. So I'll see you guys in a second. All right, we got some L trains coming out of here, coming out of the yard. We got some L trains at the station. And yeah, we're doing pretty well in this episode. So hopefully you like the little history lesson I gave you guys on the BMT and L lines and J, M, and Z. And yeah, hopefully you like that. I just wanted to try something new in this episode, you know. But if you liking this episode, please like, comment. Consider joining the channel membership. It helps me a lot to bring more content to you guys, so I can do more things like this and have more free time. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say. But yeah, we're getting the L line done. We have it done as far as I like it today. We could work on expanding it out towards the water in another episode, but the hard part is done. We got it to Broadway Junction, which is insane. Look at all of this track work that has to happen just to get this line even over here. So I extended the J past Broadway Junction just so I can have it at the station right here, because I can extend the J past this point. So there's a past point where I can just literally expand it. So I'm just not going to expand it right now. I got it to the point where I want it to be. All right, so I almost forgot. I have to do the G line, and I kind of did it on purpose. The G line is almost forgotten in real life. So the only thing I gotta do is bring it down, or bridge it off this line right over here, bring it up, then bring it over to this line, and then it curves up this street right here. And then we have a stop. Well, there's no interchange here with the station, but we have stops here all along this, all along here. Actually, I think it cuts across, then it goes onto this road right here, goes under, and then we end up over here. So pretty good routing. It's not, I don't know how long it'll end up being, but it's gonna be a pretty long line. I think it's one of the shortest lines in the system in real life, so we can see if it's gonna be one of the shorter lines in here. But I think it's a pretty healthy enough line. So let's get, and also got to do the A and the C line in the middle of the yard over here. So we have a lot of things planned that I almost forgot to do, but let's do that real quick, and I'll see you back after we finish that. And yeah, be right back. Next up, the G line. This is one of my favorite lines because it's always been an underdog. In real life, the G was neglected for decades. Short train lengths, inconsistent services, and lack of connection to major lines. But here, we're giving it the extension that it needs and deserves, all the way into Victoria's. Final stop is key. It's not just the endpoint. It's a crucial link to Victoria's transit network. By giving the G a solid terminus, we're making it sure it actually serves people who need it most. Alright, so I finished the G and the A and the C. I had the A and the C all the way to Broadway Junction. We got to figure out another name for this road. And we have the G all the way into Victoria. We extended it, and this is what the stop spacing is looking like. Look pretty good. We got 5-car trains, like how it is in real life. And these are, believe it or not, these are 60-foot cars. Because I did the math, because I'm a nerd. These are 60-foot cars, and 6 times 5, or was it 60 times 5? That's about 300 feet, if I'm not mistaken. So these cars are 300 feet long, but these platforms have to support 10-car trains just in case we have reroutes for the F train in our city. So we have reroutes for that. But these have to support 10-car trains, so these have to be 600-foot long platforms. And the weird thing about the G is it literally stops in the middle of the platform. It doesn't stop at either end, it just stops in the middle. So we did that. Now we can eventually get to the placing out some buildings and all that stuff. I think I will probably do this highway in another episode because I have to have like a certain way I'm gonna do it. And again, I'm probably gonna be destroying neighborhoods, so that's what I've been titling my episodes. Whenever I do a highway, I destroy neighborhoods. So let's get back into the next segment, which is we're gonna be placing out some buildings, and we can see some trains real quick, just in case you guys don't believe me that we're done with this. I think it's pretty easy for me to extend the A and the C because I have the grid set up over here, and I'm probably gonna end up extending the 3 and the 4, the 3 and the 4 trains over to here, and the 2 and the 5 will probably go down this road right here. And you can see where, it'll probably go down this road right here and end up at our main avenue right here. So that'll probably happen soon. But yeah, let's get down to placing some buildings, and so we can get to the end of this episode and we can see what we did. So let's get into the next segment. Alright guys, so I ended up finishing this neighborhood around our Broadway Junction, and this is what it came out to be. Look at that station, look at all this infrastructure, look at all of that stuff that's under it. Yeah, it came out absolutely perfect. We put on a whole lot of space around it though, pretty okay. And we got the little cemetery up here, and we got the little neighborhood right here. I gotta make this a suburban road so it can not have those lines. But this neighborhood came out pretty nice. You know, I'm masking the subway station that's like literally like teetering on the edge of being visible. But it came out pretty nice. People are starting to use the subway a lot more. Not this station right now. Not right now, but they gonna start using it soon. They gonna start using it soon. Let me move this house, make sure it doesn't spawn again. Let me move this over just a tad bit. But yeah, they're starting to use it. I just connected it in the Midtown section, so hopefully they start using this one. But yeah, this neighborhood came out pretty well. I love the infrastructure that's in the area, and I love the way it came out. I'm getting really inspired by infrastructurists, because like the way he does his what is it called, like decals and stuff like that. And I saw that, I'm like, yo, I kind of want to do it like that. So I've been dabbling here with the decals and stuff. So try to, you know, make it look a little bit more grungy and stuff like that in the area. But it's coming out pretty nice. I'm gonna get better as time goes on. But yeah, I think you all should like this episode and what I've done in this episode. I tried something new with like a little documentary style of like the history and why I'm building it such a certain way and stuff like that. So I just wanted to bring this to you guys so you can understand where I'm getting my information from and where I get my enthusiasm from. So I hope you guys enjoy this ending cinematic and outro as we go on to the next episode of New Borough, episode 21. So thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, join the channel membership. It helps out a lot. Give super thanks. It helps out a lot. If you want to see me create more, give me more time to do things. So if you want to do that, I would be appreciative of that. So I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for watching this episode. I'll see you guys later. Peace. This build proves that transit isn't just infrastructure. It's a part of the soul of the city. The J, M, and Z elevated trains give Allentown its character. The L finally connects across the river. The G now has a proper home in Victoria. All these changes mean faster commutes and better connections in a city that just feels right. So, next episode, we're diving into something major. We're going to be finishing this. We're going to be finishing Allentown. I'm not going to say finish, but we're going to keep working at it because it is a lot to take on. But this is just a part one of, I don't know how many part series of me doing Williamsburg, or in our terms, Allentown. So stay tuned for the future. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, join the channel membership, give super thanks. And I really appreciate you all for tuning in. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.